Here's how to tell if your ex wants to get back together or if they're just using you for sex. So this is mostly going to apply to females, because if a female, wants sex, she doesn't have to go back to her ex to get it. She can get it anywhere. But as for men, they're going to go back to their most recent emotional connection, just so that way it's easier, to hook up. And a lot of times, if that guy cut you loose and, he still wants to hook up with you because you're hot, then, he could come back, and it might be disguised in this sort of dialogue that makes it seem like maybe he wants, something more. And this is where you have to be careful, because, if you're interested in your ex as a person and that's not really what they're going for, you're going to be a lot more likely to ignore the fact that they're not trying as hard as a guy who is, just like a brand new guy that would be coming after you. He's not trying as hard. You might ignore that because of your history and because you want to see this person again because it's been a while since you've seen them. And yet that person's motives are just for sex. And here's how you can tell. A guy that's interested in you will reach out at least once a week, and he's going to check in with you, see how you're doing. He's going to ask about your day. He's going to try to find out, what's going on with you. He's going to engage in witty banter, say a few funny things and whatnot. And eventually he's going to be trying to push the conversation forward to a date where he can at least see you one time a week. And this is going to be out on the town. It's going to be like, dinner reservations, or you're doing something fun or whatever, and not just, going over to each other's house. You're going to be able to feel the effort level because whatever you're putting in, it's going to be equal. And you're not really going to have to sit around and think too hard about it, whether or not this guy's trying. Of course, any guy that, blatantly is coming after you is going to be boring. It's going to be, somebody that you're probably not going to want because they're too eager to get together. But you can sit around and wonder a little bit, does this person like me? But by and large, their actions are going to line up with they're trying to connect with you and trying to see you at least once a week. And, your ex, if they're coming back just for sex, they're not going to be really taking you out. They're not necessarily going to be trying to connect with you on an emotional level. They're just going to do things that are easy and convenient. And when you start to do things that are a little bit more sentimental or, like a couple, they're going to push you away again. Now, in cases where your ex is actually interested in you, they're just feeling it out. Yeah, you don't want to be too eager to ask for the relationship again, per se. It takes time to hang out and have fun in order for that person to feel like they want to come back to the relationship. But be wise. Take your time thinking about these things and try to assess, if you're a female, is this ex that's coming back into the picture, is he here for a relationship or is he here for sex? And am I strong enough to just be friends with benefits with this person, or do I need to close this down altogether so that way I can get what I really want, which is a long-term relationship? Now, if you want to tell me about your situation, click on my profile and then click the link in my profile. And then there's a bunch of options in my store where you can get connected with me and we can have a chat about your situation.